And right now, I'm in the inner west of Sydney, Concord. Goddard Park. This is the home ground of the Concord Burwood Wolves. Now, they've only been a merged force since 2000, but as separate entities, their history goes all the way back to 1912, among the oldest junior clubs in Australia. And my story for this week relates to the Concord United under-12 side, no less, from 1961. It's a story that's going to take some beating. I'm going to go find a park bench to tell you the yarn. Now, this is also a story of great rugby league rivalry. Think modern day Storm Roosters or Cowboys Broncos. Further back, Bulldogs Eels. They've got nothing on the Concord United under-12 side of 1961 and their rivalry with the Enfield Federals. And I draw on this book, fantastic publication, A Union in League by Paul de la Motte, which is the history of the Concord Burwood Wolves Club going all the way back to the beginning of last century. This is how things unfolded in 1961, and I'm hoping that right now watching the show are some of the fellas that are pictured here in this photo from the book. This was the under-12 side, the Rascals that represented Concord United. And this rivalry with Enfield, in the space of 6 weeks, these two sides would play 6 times. They had finished level on competition points. They wanted to determine a minor premier, so they played a playoff that Enfield won. Then a week later, they play in the semi-final. What happens? 3-all draw. They go to extra time, still 3-all. So they replay the semi-final and Enfield go on to win. The two sides would then play in the final. What happens? It's 11-all at the end of full time, but this time in extra time, Concord emerged the winner. But under the rules of the competition, the minor premier, if beaten in the final, gets a chance to challenge in a grand final. So the two sides go off to a grand final the week later, and then you know what happens? This time, a 0-all draw. Extra time, still 0-all. And officials say, well, you blokes are going to have to replay again. A 6th game in 6 weeks. You guessed it, the grand final replay, it finishes 5-all. Fellas, go play 5 minutes extra time each way. What happens then? It's still 5-all. The officials look at the calendar and say, it'll be the cricket season soon. It's almost summer. You can share the trophy. How do you share a trophy between two teams of under-12s? Cue the trophy story. Now, this is quite remarkable. Where this trophy sat between the day that they said fight over it in 1961 and as recent as 2017, I have no idea. But it was found in a bloke's garage 2 years ago, and he handed it to the club and said, this may be of some use to you. It was polished up and restored, and then last year, in an amazing moment, it was presented to two brothers from that team, Jeffrey and Kevin Dark. The trophy they had worked so hard for all the way back in 1961, the shared premiership with Enfield. So let us take stock of the story. 2 teams, 6 matches, space of 6 weeks, 4 draws, grand final replays, and a trophy won that had gone missing for all of 56 years. That is a hell of a story on The Fan.